Hello. Right now I want to take a look at a theme song to a really old TV show. The show's called Peter Gunn. It came out in the very late 1950s. It ran for about 3 years, faded away, but the song's been kicking on ever since. The version I'm doing for it, there's a lot of versions of this song out there. I obviously play guitar, so I look and play the more guitar-y versions of it, I guess you'd say, not so much with the sax and the piano. So what we do there is there's a very distinctive bass string that the bass guitar plays as well, pretty much all the way through the song. The song is in E7. Okay. The riff, it's an open, starts on the open note there at the nut, coming to the second fret, third, fifth and fourth. Okay, so okay, does that all the way through it. Alright, now at the very start of that song, the version I listened to, some guys called the Cramps. They started off, the drums kick in and they're just doing a little E to E flat run here, just hammer-ons and stuff just to get the song going. So the start of that version, if you happen to have or know that one, is this is the melody. Alright, so after or as it's going, D note on the A string, which is part of your E7 chord, coming back to your B. Again back to B, but we're going to B down here on the G string now, finishing one string above, back on the F note. Alright. Alright, now for that B, coming to the F, I mute the A and the D strings coming down into that B and just do a little sweep, just to fill the sound out a bit more, and I like that kind of thing. The version I've got doesn't do that, you don't need to do it either, I just like it and do it. So one final time for that part. Okay, now from there, you're on your B note, on the A string, coming to the open D, E, F, running back down, finishing top string G, A, G, E. So, sorry, let me do that again. Alright. Okay, pull off hammer back on. And that's your G to open A, back. Okay, there's that part of it. From there, that's essentially the song. It repeats a few times. It's not a real long song. It's only about 2.5 or 3 minutes. So that runs through it a few times. Now, as you're doing that, when you're getting into your next, coming back to your next couple of verses, if you can call them that, for the to mix it up a bit, if you want to make it sound, a little more interesting, I think you can bring it down here for your next part. You can do your D and B's down here. Okay, and then from there you've got your B on the bottom string here to your F here. Okay, and then for this part you're starting on your B here. G. Okay, and then later on even, there's no reason you can't do the whole thing up here. If you want to throw some, now the recording I've got, most of them are, what you call, I guess, the clean sort of sounds. There's a version I've come across by a guy called Gary Hoey, if that's how you say it, Hoey. He really ramps it up. He's got the wah pedal happening, overdrive, that riff. I think he actually does it in C sharp as well, but it's just really crunchy and it's really, really cool. He starts it right up here, and from there he just, you know, the middle of the song and stuff, breaks away from that melody and just improvises over the top of it. You can do that as well in any of these versions, okay? So, you know, if you want to get your first part of the melody out of the way, you know, if you're familiar with your E pentatonic, you know, for your next part, just throw some stuff over the top of that. It's a really great song just to actually fool around and practice some stuff in. You know, like I said, it's just your E7 all the way through. It's a good song to, you know, break out some new stuff in, try it out, especially if you're on your own, you know, and no one's around. Just do whatever you want if there's things you want to try out. If you hit some bad notes, you're by yourself, who cares, no one's going to know. Now from there, I guess I should say that the song does break up a little bit where we've got, still in your E7, where you go... goes again. Now for this part, okay, you can fool around down here as well. So what we've got there is open D, to that B, okay. If you know the version of the song that I've got, there's actually a couple of them that do that, that does that a couple of times in the song too. If you know the song, great, here you go, have it, love it. If you don't know the song, but you know, maybe you've gotten this far, so far through this post, if you like what you've heard, find a version of it. It is really cool. It's a really cool, funky, retro sort of song. Holds up really well today. Particularly, like I said, throw in some overdrive and, you know, mess around with some stuff, and very, very cool. Okay, thank you.